Dear listeners, my name is Adriana Balmos. I am part of IMD Digital team. Today, I am joined by Mateusz Sikorski, who is paralegal within IMD Corporate, and he is involved in a lot of commercial matters. Welcome, Mateusz.
Hi, Adriana. It's nice to see you. I understand that today's topic is the Civil Penalty Accreditation Scheme. Is that right?
Absolutely, Mateusz. As the topic is about the Civil Penalty Accreditation Scheme, please introduce us first into the subject, tell us some benefits and what it can happen if we are not part of this scheme.
So, as a law firm, we have successfully represented a number of various European transport companies in restoring their vehicles and goods that were seized by the UK Border Force, and in objecting against penalties levied for detection of clandestine entrance in their vehicles. Most transport companies, what we've noticed is that they come to us once a notice of penalty or seizure has already been issued by the Border Force, when costs need to be incurred to prove to the Border Force that they are not at fault in these circumstances. And arguably, the best way to mitigate the liability of our clients is applying to the Civil Penalty Accreditation Scheme. Admission to the scheme is essentially a stamp of approval given by the Border Force that this particular transport company has implemented sufficient measures to prevent clandestine entrance and transport of illicit goods. So it's a kind of a preemptive approach that we're suggesting that transport companies take. If the operator is part of the scheme, the biggest benefit is probably the fact that any fine that is levied is reduced by 50% at the outset. It's also an added benefit that when you are part of a scheme, the Border Force is already aware that you have measures in place to prevent such instances. So it may be easier for us to afterwards liaise with the Border Force to make sure that no penalty is levied, perhaps in hopes to achieve the best outcome for our client.
How do we apply for it? And is it possible for an application to this scheme to be rejected?
Thank you. So the application to the scheme consists of a single application form. We can, for you, list all of the measures that you have currently in place as a transport company so that it is concisely put forward to the Border Force. If we identify anything that you could do additionally, we can assist you with that as well, perhaps by implementing some new procedures or implementing some new policies or training to your drivers. So whilst it is technically possible for an application to be rejected, and if that happens, the Border Force will tell you what you need to improve. With our experience, we would not propose to send out the application if we know that it's not ready and there is something additional that you can do to ensure that you get admitted onto the scheme.
Amazing, yes. Thank you, Mateusz. Thank you for joining us today. For our listeners, please follow us on social media channels and check our websites for the latest insights in family department and corporate department. Thank you.
Thank you very much.